Okay.
Hey, welcome to Nevada County Depot Museum. So this was originally a train depot for Prescott. Prescott at one point had over 40,000 people living here because of the train and the commerce. It's split up into four rooms currently. You have the Civil War and Native American room.
Any unique tidbits here that are unusual or bizarre or?
You ask anybody in Nevada County about the Civil War, or if they know anybody or anybody, they will tell you about their great great uncle, their grandfather, their great Aunt Rebecca, who was a nurse. Everyone is linked.
Right, everybody has some personal connection. Okay.
All right, walking back into the second room, the entryway, we have just some basic home items. We have our military history. Over here, this picture, most of them actually were from Prescott, and then this newspaper over here I found to be really interesting for two reasons. This is actually one where the dead from Nevada County were sent back after the World War.
Okay.
And if you open it up and look at the top set up here, it was printed backwards and upside down.
Okay.
So you have the military history, you have some medicine. We had a pharmacy here in Prescott. Some of these pieces were actually from the pharmacy, and they're over 100 years old.
That's one of the things that I really get a kick out of a lot of these small, like local historical societies, is that a lot of them have old pharmacy stuff. And I'm amazed at the volume of stuff I found, especially like big bottles of things that are full.
Well, think about it. There weren't really hospitals that you could just run to.
True,
You had
yeah.
to be a jack of all trades. This is our schoolroom area. And then we also have over here, John Teeter actually was the reason we have the museum as you see it today. He's the one that pushed for it to be preserved. So we have kind of a memorial wall for him.
Okay.
And then in the fourth room, aside from the old Mike closet we'll get to in a second, is the train room, because obviously this was first and foremost a train depot.
That's got to be like the first Polaroid camera ever. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
I'm actually not sure where the cameras came from. I'm still in the process of researching everything. But I know some of them are some of the very first ones you'll see. And then my personal very favorite thing in the whole museum is Old Mike. So in 1911 there was a large event, and after the event the next morning they found this traveling salesman, a pencil salesman by the name of, well, that's the thing, nobody knows. So they find him deceased, and they decide, hey, we're going to basically taxidermy this guy until we can figure out where the heck he came from, right? So they put ads all across the country trying to find him, because they have no name, no address, nothing. He had no information on him. So what they did is, like I said, basically something. And then for a while they put him on the front porch of a funeral home, and then eventually inside in a closet where he stayed for 64 years. So you would come into the closet, you would open it up, you would turn on the lights, and there's a replica of what they would later name Old Mike. For 64 years, he was a tourist attraction and an advertisement. Eventually the state said, hey guys, you're going to have to bury him, and he was buried in 1975. Even after DNA testing in more recent times, they still do not have an ID for him.
Was that the funeral? Like, I'm guessing that was the funeral home?
Yes, and if you look over here, you can see the wall, part of the porch where he was set up against.
So he was set up outdoors?
For a little while, yes, and then he was put into a closet. He was moved around. There he is in the closet, and then, like I said, you can kind of see on the porch there. I've spoken to several people from this area who said they used to drive by, and they would see Old Mike just hanging out on the porch. And they'd wave at him. Some people would go and pet him for good luck.
Old Mike. Thank you very much for the information on Old Mike.
You're welcome.
And
I
the
just find it interesting.
fascinating history of
It's
this
one of
area.
those, I'm putting together program, because obviously I want to put here programs for kids, because that's what we're doing. And it's Murders, Myths, and Mayhem in Nevada County in South Arkansas. And Old Mike is obviously one of the cornerstones of that, just because interesting.
Well, thank you very much for the little tour. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Are you sure you don't want anything for the road?